So,
what did you guys think of this?
I thought it was boring and confusing.
Yeah, confusing.
completely confusing.
The story's nothing but confusing. Like,
I know, because I don't get anything like that you're talking about.
I did not. Who was the new characters that came in? I didn't understand.
I don't
I get
understand any of the
confused
characters that come in because I always get them so confused.
Because there's like so many of them, and then like all their names are kind of similar, and like I don't even know how to pronounce them. But I know that it's like the one with the P.
Perselius and
Yeah, and then
oh, the
Here.
Horatio.
yeah, and then Hamlet, like when he talked to him, like I would have been scared. But I guess he didn't know that it was that girl Ophelia's father.
Do you really think that Hamlin is really in love with Ophelia, or do you think he's just playing games with her?
I think
I think he's
he's-
just
I
playing.
think- I think
like,
he's-
I don't really think he is.
I think it's just his depression.
I think it might just be love.
I'm wondering if I think that their parents are making Laertes is making a mistake trying to keep them apart because I think that's just going to put Hamlet into more depression and make it worse. I think if he let them be together, he'd come out of his depression.
And
I
I
don't
hate
think
how
Good girl's just gonna get him out of his depression like it's nothing.
yeah, and I hate how like
But it could distract him and he won't think about his father anymore.
But I hate how Hamlet's father or stepdad or whatever he is and his uncle like pretends to actually care. Like
Oh my gosh, I know that made me so mad.
Oh, what made me really mad is when his uncle was like, "Well, he's crazy. Has insanity," and his mom's like, "Well, it's for the obvious reasons: his father's death and our quick marriage."
Like I put that.
Like, obviously, you're an idiot for marrying his mother. You should not have done that when your brother was married to him first. And you don't marry him that fast. That's incest.
and even though she
And Hamlet
she
even
even
said
knew it
that.
was gonna make him mad. Like
Yeah, and I think that's why Hamlet's most irritated. Like, it's ridiculous how fast they got married.
Like it said that he only has like a certain amount of time to mourn for the death of his father. His father.
His father.
Like that made me mad because like you can mourn for someone however long you want. Like
yeah, and they were like making like, but their actions like back then are the same as ours and now. Like, but I don't get why. Wasn't that Hamlet's father that told the guy to go tell everyone that Hamlet was like drinking and this?
No, that's Laertes. Laertes was telling Ronaldo to go tell that about his son. But who is his son? I can't think of who it was.
I can't even remember because I don't like the only person I'm like trying to focus on is like Hamlet because I'm trying to figure out what he is like. But the only thing about Hamlet is like he's so depressed. Like it makes me depressed. Like this is so depressing to read.
Is Laertes? This is about Laertes' father. No, Laertes' father. Oh, his Laertes is the son. The P one.
Oh yeah, because that's
Horatio was his father.
yeah because he was like my son.
Horatio was telling Ronaldo to go say bad things about Laertes.
But why? I don't get it.
I think he said to find out the truth about him. But why would you start rumors about? Like, I would be so
to
mad.
make
And
himself
then-
look
and
better,
then-
maybe.
Yeah, but then he went and told
Yeah.
people you can't believe, or you have to hear it from the person.
Yeah, he said.
himself.
Yeah, he told Ronaldo, "Don't believe the rumors. You have to see it for yourself."
Yeah,
Well,
that, like that
Yeah,
connects me
they
back to like
answer.
today. Like you know how the other day, like on Twitter, like people were asking like inner alarming. Like,
Yeah,
people just assume stuff, and like from what they hear.
he didn't ask the actual person, and like I think it's stupid that he's doing that to Laertes because I think it's gonna put Laertes in a bad position.
Yeah, but that was interesting how like drinking, swearing, fist fighting, like those are still things we do today, and like we get in trouble for them too.
Well,
Well, I
actually,
think
But,
that no
I
matter
mean,
what, that's
not
gonna be
fun.
around.
Yeah.
actually,
But
I've
I just
never
didn't
done any of that stuff.
I just don't think that. I just don't see them drinking like Hamlet. I mean, I guess when he's
I think
like,
I can see Hamlet drinking to get away from his
like
depression. Yeah.
and like him looking half dead and stuff. Like that's what he looked like half dead, or that's what I pictured anyway. Because he was
I mean, every time I picture Hamlet, it's just
Like,
like
sad.
sitting in a dark room, like with
And,
his
like,
window like
this,
slightly open,
like with no
like
emotion.
just like I want to kill myself.
I know, but then he says there's nothing better than my life. Like
Oh no! He said something that made me surprised, and it said, "You can't take anything from me that I care less about except my life." And he repeated "except for my life," and I don't understand why he repeated that.
yeah, I didn't understand either. I put that in my journal.
So, do you think maybe that like he doesn't care about anything in the world except for dying? He just doesn't want to die.
Maybe he's
I mean-
scared of death.
I'm scared of death.
I know a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think maybe.
Like,
But I just find it like surprising, like with all his depression and everything he's been
I
doing.
would think
most
you
people
would think
feel
he
like,
would want to be dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not.
But then, because like even.
I mean, but maybe he didn't want to turn out like his father did.
Yeah, maybe I would think he'd want to join his father.
I'm just
Yeah.
curious. Like, doesn't he die in the end? Does he die in the end?
I haven't made that far.
It just seems like the typical thing, like the predictable thing that's gonna happen.
I mean, what I think is gonna happen is I think that Hamlet's gonna get revenge on his uncle.
And his uncle's gonna die.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen.
I think, Hamlet. What? Okay, wait, no. What happened to Hamlet's he was acting all big and bad, and he's gonna go get revenge on his uncle. What happened to that in the second act? Because there was
They didn't really go
no.
anywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Well, and there was no push to go do anything about get revenge or anything.
And the second
It was
scene
all sad
in Act 2 was so boring. Like, I just felt like Hamlet just was talking. And
It
talking
drags on
and
forever.
talking. Yeah, they just. And
Like I don't really see the point to scene 2.
Or I mean, I
Act or
would see
whatever.
some of it, but 24 pages. Hamlet was talking forever, and I didn't really understand what he was saying.
And he was talking to himself most of the time.
Yeah.
Who talks to themselves?
Hamlet.
I mean, not me,
That's a lie.
but what's another thing that I thought was weird? Oh, I think it's funny how Hamlet knew that his best friends. You know how his best friends came and visited him? Hamlet knew that someone told him to come visit them. Hamlet knew that they didn't come just to see him.
I think Hamlet's smarter than everyone
Says, yeah, me too. Because he's not stupid.
Mm-mm. Otherwise, he wouldn't have known that someone.
And
told
you
him.
would have. Whatever.
So I think since they think he's like not the smartest or whatever, I think that means like it's like foreshadowing that
And they're
he
trying
will
to-
find out that his uncle did it.
Yeah, and like they're trying to get away with stuff, and like Hamlet, when Hamlet found out his father's ghost told Hamlet that his uncle did it, he's like, I knew it was him. I suspected him all along. Like Hamlet knew it was him, so obviously he wasn't gonna get away with it.
Yeah. And another
What do you think
thing,
Hamlet's revenge will be?
Kill his uncle.
yeah, killing. Or maybe spreading news.
I'm wondering
about
if he
him.
won't kill him, but he's gonna get the crown taken away from him.
Or maybe it'll be like the Lion King. Maybe like he tries to kill them, but
And
he
then
doesn't end
dies.
up killing them.
Or
Like he tries to, but it doesn't. Like he doesn't go
Yeah.
through with it.
Yeah.
I think that might happen.
But seriously, I was like, when Hamlet was talking to Penolius or whatever, like I was shocked. Like, I thought he called him selfish, but it was like he was talking about his occupation, selfish.
Selfish. Oh, selfish.
Yeah, and I really
Yeah.
thought he was calling him selfish, and I was like, why would you do that when you're in love with Ophelia or writing her?
Do you
letters?
think that Hamlet really didn't know who it was?
I don't know. Like, he might have been like.
Might have been
when
acting
people-
dumb.
Or like when people are depressed, they just forget everything and don't care and like. Whatever.
Probably. I mean, because if I was depressed, I wouldn't care what anyone had to say. Like, I wouldn't even
I-
talk to anyone.
I would have been scared though. Like if I knew who it was, and I would have been scared because like fathers are really protective of their daughters.
Yeah.
But there's only like the strong points that like make sense to me.
Have you guys
Yeah.
thought about what do you think, like what these people look like?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
I
Hamlet,
can't picture him, though.
I picture Hamlet like when it says
I picture Hamlet as Romeo. I'm not gonna lie, and I picture Ophelia as Juliet. I
like,
see them that.
when it says like Hamlet came in with no hat on his head, the shirt unbuttoned, and his stockings dirty and undone and down around his ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just picture like this half dead drunk
I
guy.
pictured him.
I think he has
Hamlet.
brown
I
hair.
pictured him as Romeo when he had the flowered shirt on.
Yeah, well, like it's unbuttoned.
Like,
That's
I
what I thought
picture
too.
like Hamlet as
But like sandy dark hair.
like tall and luscious and muscular. And,
With
Oh,
eyes.
Brianna.
yeah.
We'll be done. So, bye.